Hello, good day, class. So today we are going to do our comprehension session 4 on unit 4. The title is Sugar and Spices. This is a newspaper article, and then we are going to do questions and answers on this article. So we need to find out the important information, the relevant information to our questions from this article. So let's start. Britain tucks into America's hippest, highest fat trend, the crispy creme. Report by Andrew Johnson. Paragraph 1. They're big over there and now they're coming over here. Donuts so high in fat content that they've been branded weapons of mass destruction. America's new favorite things are heading for Britain. Paragraph 2. A report by the most influential spotters in the United States has identified a new pattern of consumer preferences that will likely be followed in the UK. The study, Trendscape 2004, by Michael Tacheng, says Spanish food is in in America, and again, this in is the inverted commas in, the trending, you can say, is in America, and predicts that CRISPR creme donuts are sales phenomenon in the United States will enjoy massive success in Britain. Moving forward, paragraph 3. The first Krispy Kreme shop outside North America opened in Harrods Food Hall last month, and another 100 are planned in the UK over the next 5 years. Mr. Chong also believes the disposable DVD, which went on sale in America earlier this year and erase itself after 2 days, will prove a big hit here in Britain. Known as easy DVDs, the discs oxidize 48 hours after being removed from their vacuum seals so that they cannot no longer be used. They are in part intended to save people the bother of returning films to higher shops. Paragraph 4. But neither development is being welcomed with open arms. The Krispy Kreme donut has been condemned by the health experts because of its extraordinary high fat content. And MPs are concerned about the environmental impact of throwaway DVDs even before they arrive in this country. In America, the donut market was the fastest growing food sector of 2002 when sales grew by 9%, a success likely to be repeated in Britain. With 48 varieties such as chocolate iced, custard filled, and vanilla raspberry glazed. Krispy Kremes are notorious for their high fat content, raising fears they could accelerate another American lifestyle import, obesity, or you can say obesity. The original glazed Krispy Kreme contains 12 grams of fat, 18% of the donut, and 200 calories. The chocolate malted creme contains 21 grams of fat at 32%, nearly a third of the donut, and 390 calories. Paragraph 6. Catherine Collins, chief dietitian at St. George's Hospital in London, And a spokesperson for the British Diabetic Association warned that the fat, fat content was so high, people should limit themselves to one a day. They are lovely, she said. They melt in the mouth, but 200 calories is the limit of what we call the naughty treats. We would advise for a day 10% of the necessary intake of 2000 calories for women and 2500 for men. But crispy cremes are very moreish and not particularly filling. Aesthetically, though, they are beautiful. Paragraph 7. Dr. Ian Campbell, chairman of the National Obesity Forum, has accused Krispy Kreme of cynically bucking the trend for healthy eating at a time when other food manufacturers are reducing salt content and portion sizes. Donuts have next to no nutritional benefit, he said. It's unnecessary calories. This is just another example of cynical exploitation. Paragraph 8. In America, Krispy Kreme has doubled its profits every year for the past 3 years, and its share price has quadrupled. On Friday, it reported profit up 43.4% to $14.5 million for the 3 months to November. Okay, the term used over here that you might not be familiar with is Harrods. Harrods Food Hall. Okay, so it is one of the most expensive and lavish food departments in London. You might have heard about Harrods in the news relating to some politicians as well. So that's it for now. Okay, let's go with these words, the vocabulary words first. So what is hippest? So hippest would say like very popular or in the headlines, or like every headline has it or something like that. Hip. Hip is a colloquial American English adjective for fashionable, trendy, in style. Hippest. Okay, so it's a hip. Okay, so a hype, you can say, or made up by the, you can say, the news or something. It could be something like that. Moorish. Okay, this is a colloquial advertiser's word to describe food which is so tempting you cannot help eating more of it. उसको हम मोरिश कहते हैं, we call it moorish. Okay, there is another term that has been used in this text that you might not understand. It is cynical exploitation. So it means exploitation is making use of, but this using can be positive, beneficial, or negative, harmful. For example, a country's resources, such as fertile land and forests, can be exploited to provide food and income for the country. This is the beneficial exploitation of resources. If a man is made to work by his boss for 15 hours a day for a very low wage, he is being exploited. This is a harmful exploitation of the man by the boss. In the text, the Krispy Kreme company is accused of cynical exploitation. This means that the writer thinks that the company is deliberately marketing a product which is harmful but irresistible in a cold and calculated way purely to make a profit for itself. So it's a in a bad sense. Okay, I thought you understood. Okay, so cynical exploitation. So over here it's been used in a bad term. Okay, so we are back at the questions. Reading to understand. The first question is, what does Michael Techong predict? Okay, so what was the prediction of Michael Techong? Let's go back to the text, and will again, you know the rules. I have already explained the rules to you, how you answer a question. So I'm not going to go into the detail of all those rules. You have to follow the rules because this is going to be an evaluation of your self development. So I'm just going to provide you the evidence from the text. Then, as I have been doing the past few videos, so you are going to write it in your own words. So you have to write it in your words. You have to bring out the implications from the text that I'm going to share. So yeah, this is Michael Trajong says Spanish food is in America. Now this in is trending, and predicts that Krispy Kreme donuts, a sale phenomenon in the US, will enjoy massive success in Britain. So this was his prediction. You can just quote it and then you can just put your own words that what was the prediction it all about. So you can explain the term in, you can explain the massive success in Britain. Why would it be, and the what is this phenomena? Second question. Explain the Krispy Kreme company's plan for expansion in Britain. Okay, what was the Krispy Kreme company's plan for expansion in Britain? They already had a store in Harrods, and they were now planning to start another 100 stores in the next few years. So you see, the first Krispy Kreme shop outside North America opened in Harrods Food Hall last month, and another 100 are planned in the UK over the next 5 years. What is an easy DVD, and what is one of its disadvantages? Well, I don't need to go to the text. I do remember it, so I can just explain it to you over here. An easy DVD is a form of rentable DVD. Since you have to, when you rent a DVD, you have to return it to the shop where you bought it from, or where you rented it from, because it is a DVD which is going to stay. So they created a new DVD, a disposable easy DVD, which would just oxidize within 48 hours. So within 2 days it would just oxidize and all the content on the DVD would be just destroyed. So it is no longer usable. So you can just rent it for those 2 particular days and it would be useless, and then you do not need to return it to the shop. You can just throw it away. So that is the concept of easy DVD. However, it is going to create a lot of plastic waste. So yeah, unnecessary plastic waste, a lot of it. One of its disadvantages. Why are Krispy Kreme donuts so irresistible to the consumer? Okay, now this is an important question. Here you will have to bring out some inferences as well from the text. Okay. Okay, the DVD, the to answer to the environmental impact, or I said the impact of so much plastic being thrown away. So again, it's the same thing, environmental impact or the plastic being thrown away. I forgot the question. What was it? Why are Krispy Kreme donuts so irresistible to the consumer? Okay, so why are these donuts so irresistible to the consumers? Well, we go to this part where they have, yeah, over here. So this will need your interpretation because the question requires interpretation, because a direct answer to the question has not been provided in the text. Okay, so let's go over here. You can see the reasons over here in this passage. In America, the donut market was the fastest growing food sector in 2002 when sales grew. Yeah, a success likely to be repeated in Britain with 48 varieties such as chocolate iced, custard filled, and vanilla raspberry glazed. Crispy creme are notorious for their high fat content, raising fears that it will accelerate the American lifestyle. Okay, so the 48 varieties available in these different flavors again, and then the high fat content. The human body craves high fat content. You can see these fat contents. The body is craving high fat content because it is the, like, what can we say, the phrase, okay, that the survival of the fittest, okay, the phenomena. So the body is constantly wanting more and more calories so that it can store for a time where this calorie might be needed in the flight and fight and flight response somewhere. So you'll need all those calories. The body needs these calories in a time when there is a famine or there is a drought or there is some other issue. So the body might need these calories. So the body constantly craves more calories and just stores it in form of fat. So you would always find that everything that is rich in calories, it might have no nutritional value like these donuts, but the body is going to crave it. You see, so similarly you can see this in the text of the doctor as well over here, Catherine Collins. So they are lovely, she said. They melt in the mouth, but 200 calories is the limit of what we call not to treat. So you see, so they're lovely because people love to eat them because they taste well. They have all these different fantastic flavors, but and they melt in the mouth. Okay, so fine, it's easier to eat them, and you can eat more than a handful during this time because it's easier to eat, but it's too many calories again. Okay, why are dietitians worried about crispy creme donuts? Okay, so the answer is very simple, due to the enormous amounts of calories inside these donuts and little nutritional value. So you can see this over here. So the usual glazed crisper creme contains 12 grams of fat, 18% of the donut, and 200 calories. And this, the chocolate malted creme contains 21 grams of fat at 32%, nearly a third of the donut, and 390 calories. So Catherine Collins, the chief dietitian at St. George's Hospital in London and a spokesperson for the British Diabetic Association, warned that the fat content was so high, people should limit themselves to one a day. See, this is why. Okay, so they melt in the mouth. They're very well. Again, the same reasons, but 200 calories. Now, this is the answer to this part of the question, and then the previous one was the to the previous question. But 200 calories is the limit of what we call the naughty treats. We would advise for a day 10% of the necessary intake of 2000 calories for women and 2500 for men. But crispy cremes are very moreish and not particularly filling. Aesthetically, though, they are beautiful. So they have no nutritional value. They are not filling. They do not provide any satisfaction to the food requirement. They just are a sort of a craving, and they have little value. They just increase your calorie intake. Moving forward, why is Dr. Ian Campbell critical of the Krispy Kreme company? Okay, why is why is Dr. Ian Campbell, chairman of the National Obesity Forum, so critical about the company, the Krispy Kreme company? Again, uh, so he accused, again, you have to infer things because they have given the information, but you have to infer things. So he accuses the company of cynically bucking the trend for healthy eating at a time when other food manufacturers are reducing salt content and portion sizes. Donuts, again, why he's criticizing it? Because donuts have next to no nutritional benefit. He said it's unnecessary calories. This is just another example of cynical exploitation. So this is why he is critical of the company. Because again, you have to explain cynical exploitation. That is why I already explained cynical exploitation to you, because they are exploiting the consumers in a negative manner just for their own profits. How is the success of the Krispy Kreme company shown in its profits? Oh, you can already see the success in its profits because its profits were doubling every year for the past 3 years, and its share price has quadrupled. Okay. Similarly, it reported a profit up 43.4% to $14.5 million for the 3 months to November. That is only for the 3 months. So you can imagine the amount of profits they're making. So that's it for today. Okay, you're gonna do the exercise and then I'll check it and we'll see how much progress have you made and how much improvement is needed. So we'll continue later on. Okay. Thank you everyone. Good luck.